Life speaks. It speaks through struggles and success, through music and messages, the preconceived and the unexpected. Whether you are in the depths of the valley or in the midst of your mountaintop experience, everyone needs to be encouraged from time to time. Here we will share stories of strength, testimonies of triumph, verses of victory, observations, and information meant to touch the heart and uplift the soul, to keep you on your path of purpose and navigate this thing called life with power and authority. This is Andrea L. Hines, and I'm your host for When Life Speaks, here on ALH Broadcasting, an affiliate of the Streaming Inspirational Broadcast Network. I am glad you accepted the invitation to join us tonight. There's something in this broadcast just for you, and if it is going to be a blessing to your life, it will be to someone else as well. So share, tag, start a watch party, and invite someone you know to join us. Then turn down the volume of life and get ready to receive, so that when life speaks, you'll speak life. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to When Life Speaks. You have tuned into ALH Broadcasting right here on the Streaming Inspirational Broadcast Network, and I am very glad that you are joining me this evening. It is a special evening, and I always say that, but you know it's the truth. There's always something special that's happening, always something special going on, and I'm always glad to be able to share it with you. But I want to start off the evening just by saying thank you, thank you, thank you. I tell you what, for months, it seems like months, I was talking to you and telling you to save the date and get things ready and everything for celebrating a 5-year anniversary. And we had that on June the 10th. And I tell you what, we had a great time. It was an amazing time. We had fun, and it almost felt like a family reunion because there were so many people there that hadn't seen each other for a long time, and just were able to fellowship and have fun and dance and eat and do all those good things. And we just had a really, really good time. But I especially want to thank my vendors that were there. CJ's Creations was there, and Chic Invasion by Lynn was there. She's a paparazzi consultant. She was there. Leah Gibson was there with Mary Kay and had some wonderful things. Of course, I was there. I had my books and things like that. And then we had our nonprofit organizations. We had the Rhoda Generation, and she's been on before on When Life Speaks, and it's a wonderful, wonderful mentoring program for young ladies. And some of those young ladies were hostesses for the afternoon and got some of their community service hours, which we were glad to be able to provide for them. We had Families Together. We've been talking about Families Together, and Families Together has met their goal of being able to get housing for 40 families. 40. Thanks to your giving and thanks to matching grant program. Jennifer Paul was there, and she gave out some information. Touch was represented and helped to sponsor the event, and that is the Black Breast Cancer Awareness Organization. They were there, and I think I got everybody. If I didn't, somebody correct me and let me know that I might have left someone out, because I don't want to leave anyone out. So I think I got everybody. But I do thank all of those who participated, all of the people who came, and all of the people who were able to bring some guests with them. who didn't know a lot about us. So it was good to have them in the house and have them experience what ALH broadcasting was all about. So we had a really, really good afternoon, and that is it for now. Woo, woo, woo. I had a good time, and I'm not anxious to do it again. So we'll see what happens. There's Bernice Clark. Good evening to you, Bernice. Victoria is here. Victoria said she had a nice time, and I was so glad to see you, and so glad to see Nikayetta Williams. And hey, Lynn, how you doing? Good evening. Thanks for coming in tonight. I was really glad. We had people who came in from Georgia, and we had people who came in from South Carolina. I think Nikayetta was the farthest one away, who came down from New York to be with us. And next time, who knows, Bernice, maybe you'll be able to be in the house. You can take a little vacation and come on to North Carolina and see what's going on. So we had a really, really good time with that. And we had some surprises, and we had some things to share. We are going to have a Men's Monday starting in August. Men's Monday. Yeah, it's going to be the first Monday in August, September, October, November, December. Yes, the last 5 months of the year. The program is going to be called Under Construction, and it's going to be hosted by Pastor Steve Sims. It's going to be a 7 p.m. program. And like I said, it's going to be the first Monday of every month starting in August. So we may have him pop on one Thursday night and tell us a little bit more about it, and how it's going to run, and how he intends to introduce his new program. So we'll see what happens with that. We're real excited about that for him. And tonight we have a young lady who has been a guest on When Life Speaks, and also part of Authors Up, because she recently released a book called Adria's Transformation. And she did that in February of this year. I think it was Valentine's Day that she did it. And she's going to have 2 pilot programs for the end of this month. I'm going to let her tell you about them. But I wanted her to come on this evening so that you all could get to know her just a little bit better. And I know when I put the flyer out, the graphic out there today, it said an unexpected transformation. Perhaps this is really an unexpected transformation for her. We were talking just before the program, and I said, I was asking her, did you see this? Did you see this coming? Did you see this looking this way? And I'm not going to answer. I'm going to let her answer when she comes on the line. So I wanted to take this opportunity to let her talk with you. If you have any questions that you can put in the comments section, feel free to go ahead and do that. But I wanted you to meet Dr. Paula Y. Obi tonight, and her program is going to be called The Power of Transformation. The Power of Transformation. I just even like the title of it, and I know that she is going to be a wonderful, wonderful program host, show host, and radio personality, TV personality here on the internet. And I know that she's going to do great and wonderful things. But tonight, I just wanted to introduce you to her in a new capacity. This is a transformation for her. From her regular daytime thing, she went into an author's role, and now she is in a role as host of internet radio and TV. So I'm very, very glad that she's going to be with us and sharing with us tonight. And we're going to take a break and a breath right here. And you get you some coffee, some tea, some whatever you need, because I sent a note out that said, let's just turn down the volume of life for a little bit. And we're just going to talk with Paula Y. Obi. So we'll be right back. Stay tuned. Well, there she is. There she is, Dr. Obi. I need an applause track, lady. I need an applause track.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. This is amazing. Let me tell you guys, I managed to keep it a secret. I did not tell anybody. It was announced at the June 10th event. And I was asking her where she had invited some people, she had some guests. I was trying to find out whether they were surprised or whether it was unexpected for them, as well as some others in the room. Let me welcome Marsha Marcellus. Good evening, Marsha. Glad to have you with us tonight. Glad to have you. Paula Obi,
Yes,
before
ma'am.
we get started about the power of transformation and the program that you're going into, I want you to tell our listeners a little bit about yourself. I did not. I decided that I would not read your bio or anything because I wanted it to be informal and I just wanted us to chat. And so tell us a little bit about you. You got siblings? Where are you? In Raleigh area? You in England? Where are you? Where you come
I actually am in North Carolina,
from?
Durham, North
Oh,
Carolina,
what?
and I'm a North Carolina born and bred. That's
Oh,
who I am.
oh,
That's me. I do have siblings. I have 5 living brothers. I have a sister, and we are. I'm kind of in a little bit of shock about what's going on. However, I'm grateful because I believe that a lot of people say, well, you from North Carolina, whatever, and you never know what to expect from people in North Carolina. But God loves people who are live in North Carolina. And he has a plan for us, and I am just excited. I um There's a lot I could say about me and my family and my bio. I'm just really grateful to be here. Started my doctorate late. I have a doctorate in management, and maybe that's another transformational conversation. I
mhm,
Because I really wanted to talk about and discuss change, and
mhm.
I think that really ties very nicely into how my life, you know, has been going and moving because of understanding change equivalent to transformation. So here I am.
Here you are. Here you are.
Here I am.
Tell you what, and it has been, and I was asking you earlier, and I do want you to answer that now. When you first started, when you won the contest, first of all, Paula won our writing contest on one of our programs, Authors Up, and the prize was a publishing package. So we worked with Paula to get her book published, and it was published. It was released in February of this year, and it was called Adria's Transformation. Now, when that happened, did you see any of this, or did you have any thoughts of it going from a book and turning into an internet radio and TV program?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Let's just be very honest. No, I was elated to have won the contest.
Hmm.
I think I told the story about how I had to stay up all night for 2 days just to
Uh-huh.
get it prepared. But what I wasn't expecting, now that I think about it, was my own transformation
Hmm.
as we move through the process.
Hmm.
As I was stating earlier, when I sit back and just reflect, completing the book was my way of moving towards another goal.
Okay.
In my mind, it might have been maybe another book, but never did I think it was going to be having my voice.
Hmm.
And that's a significant prayer that I've prayed because at one time I thought I'd lost my voice.
Oh, wow.
I did. When I was young, I felt like grief had taken my voice. And when I was thinking about the show and the power of transformation, I said, girl, you got your voice back.
Yes. Yes.
So,
Yes.
no, I wasn't prepared, but I'm willing.
Hmm. Hmm.
I'm willing.
So tell us a little bit about what you see for the power of transformation.
Well, the power of transformation is actually based on the biblical scripture, Romans 12:2.
Hmm.
Be ye do not conform to the world, but be ye transformed by the renewing. of your mind.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
I've been thinking all kinds of things about the power of your mind changing.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a story that I was listening to about what happens to people in that moment when they make a really bad decision that they have to pay for the rest of their life. What if they had found a method to change their mind?
Oh, wow.
In that moment, what if they stopped just for a moment and found something to help them change their mind?
Mm-hmm.
And that really ties into what I call the power of
Mm-hmm.
transformation. So we're going to spend some time digging into how that can work in any situation
Mm-hmm.
when you know you need to move out of that space.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now, when is your program going to be on?
My program is going to be on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Mm-hmm.
We have two pilot shows this month, and the kickoff will be July the 5th, and I'm so excited because it's right after the 4th. I'm just full of what I really feel that even the character in my books kind of went through in a way.
Mm-hmm.
So there again, I think the foundation was being built, and not to mention the wonderful coaches that I had to help me move through conversations and concepts. I think you all were helping me build this as we went through the
Mm-hmm.
book writing contest.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're here.
Tell me what the show's going to look like. What kind of format are you going to have? Are you going to have guests on, or is going mostly you speaking about transformation? What can we expect when we tune in on Wednesdays?
Well, you're going to have a combination of things. I don't want you to, it's not going to be just one type of show.
Okay.
Maybe a couple of weeks, we may just have one person speaking. Could be myself and a guest. Because I
Mm-hmm.
really think it's important to have someone come in and validate certain types of topics. I'm looking at a monthly theme. For example, if we're talking about people who are transforming through grief, then the goal is to have a grief counselor
Mm-hmm.
to help move that conversation along.
Mm-hmm.
If we're talking about transformations in the workplace, so how do we move through scenarios in the workplace? That's a big one.
Yeah.
Then we want to have some professionals give us, conversation. So really, it's going to be about life situations. It's going to have a scriptural foundation. We're going to have affirmations.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to talk about using the senses to get you out of the place you're in, the five senses. And that's just to name a few. There may be some surprises. So you don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss it.
Now, Paula, we hadn't talked about this. I forget to call you by. I need to
No,
call
no,
you
no.
by your title,
That's,
Doctor Obi.
that's okay.
But will you have a separate uh, Facebook page for the power of transformation? Are you going to have a separate page for that? You and I hadn't talked about that, and I don't know, didn't know whether you were or not.
Well, I think it's a really good idea. Initially, I was going to just use the same page for Aegis Transformation, but this is starting to really feel a little different. I think it would really warrant me having my own page for the
Mm-hmm.
power transformation. So
Mm-hmm.
thank you for that idea. I'll get started on that immediately. Thank you. See, you just full of great ideas.
Well, we'll make sure you still have two pilot programs, so you got a little bit of time
I
uh,
do. I
work
do.
that out and make sure of exactly what it is that you want to do. I'm really excited for you,
Mhm.
and I think it's going to be a wonderful opportunity and another good avenue for people to be in a posture of uh, gaining tools
Mhm.
to overcome what are just becoming daily challenges.
Mhm. Mhm.
Because we are, anytime that you mention change, anytime you mention change about anything, any situation, like you were talking about, whether it's the workplace or whether it's a family dynamic that causes change, whether it's loss causes change. Any of those things, just carry with it a great impact, and just a step ladder almost of things that have to transpire in order for that change to take place.
Absolutely.
What do you think is the biggest issue or the biggest drawback? And I'm not sure I want to say drawback, but for lack of a better term, I'm going to say that when it comes to transformation, why is it so difficult, do you think, for some people that
I think
transforming?
I like the word, the drawback. I think that's a great word. I think for a lot of people, they identify with their fears. They're
Okay.
just fearful
Mm-hmm,
of what's going to happen. They're kind of stuck. And I
mm-hmm,
think a lot of people can relate to that.
mm-hmm,
We're living in a time where we do have a lot of coaches available, but there are practical solutions that should help you move from that place. So you
mm-hmm,
have to learn how to overcome your fears.
mm-hmm,
A lot of people are in a culture where maybe, and I use this, their list is one or two things, and they're trying to get to the list that has several things or several ideas, and they don't know how to get there.
mm-hmm,
Fear can stop you. One thought can push you forward.
mm-hmm.
But
It's a
unless somebody embraces that one thought, they'll stay in that spot forever.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Now, the timing of your show, is it going to be 45 minutes, I think, is what it's set up to be?
No more than 45
No,
minutes.
about 45 minutes. That's going
Twenty
to be
45
good.
minutes.
That's going to be
Talking and some interaction.
good.
Maybe for some of the shows, we might have some homework for some folks.
Ah,
For the next show, I
that's
want to do a little digging. I'm not a physician, I'm not a psychiatrist, but I can help you dig a little deeper
mm-hmm,
in with some things. So we may have some homework, and you may have to come back and help us decide how to complete the scenario. Interaction is important to me. At the same time, I want people to know that there is a solution.
mm-hmm,
There is a way. We
mm-hmm,
just need to find it.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. When we first started talking about this and talking about the possibilities of this, what did you see your biggest challenge being?
I felt that my biggest challenge was being able to put everything that I have into it.
Okay.
That's my biggest challenge. So I prayed a lot, and I said, I need to know what direction we need to go into. I need to be able to put all my energy into it, and I want people to feel the way I felt when I started transforming in certain areas. I
Mm-hmm,
would not be Dr. Obi had I not transformed my mind.
mm-hmm,
And
mm-hmm,
those journeys take a lot of work. So just being able to give 100% to it on a daily basis. And my job is a little hectic right now. And I figure that's where a good place to use the transformative skills. I mean, let's just use that as a topic of conversation. How do you move forward through those types of very hectic scenarios? I think
mm-hmm,
people can relate to that.
mm-hmm.
And I really want what we talk about to be constantly relatable to people's daily lives.
Awesome, 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 awesome. Do you think that do in terms of I don't even want to say a long-term goal, but who, sometimes when we have things that are issues that are relatable to many people on many levels, it's hard to kind of pare down what you want your target audience to be or who you see your target audience being. In this issue, with this issue of transformation, what do you think your target is going to be? Who do you think is going to most likely want to tune in, or who is it that you want to reach out to?
I think that's an excellent question. I think that I would like to first reach out to women
Mm-hmm.
um, of multiple ages. I say my age, younger, and then a little older, and I leave it at that. That's the formula, So that's and then build on that, and then possibly then not have any gender conversations, but I, I'm bringing maybe the men into the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Since I have so many brothers, that shouldn't be a problem with me understanding the shifting. Um, so my audience, I'm still defining, but that's my start.
Okay. Okay.
So someone who is a professional, maybe someone who's not a professional.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how wide it's going to be, but let's start with the audience that we have now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Let's start with the people who are reading Adria's Transformation.
Yeah, I was going to ask you. Ask you, are you going to be using that platform? Okay,
Absolutely.
in order to let people know about your program and how you're going to uh, put it together, put it across, or make it available. And I think that's great. I think that's great. There's nothing that we do that doesn't involve someone else. I don't care how much we think we're doing it by ourselves or on our own or all alone or whatever those terms happen to be. But how did your family and your circle, because we all have a circle, uh, how did they respond? What were their thoughts about you launching out into the deep and and taking this next step in your journey?
My family has a typical response of, really? I just can't keep up with what's going on with you. And I say to them, I can't either sometimes. So they're very supportive, but they're kind of in shock. They're kind of in shock. So this is what we did for them. When I think about, the people I've met in the last couple of years, I did not know you a few years ago, and how things have changed. I want that to continue. I want others to have that. And there's a key that has to be, placed into that lock. We just have to figure it out, Dr. Hines.
Mm-hmm.
We will figure it out so that it makes sense and that we feel good, that we've learned something and we have a great takeaway.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to take some work and some really good friends and some coaching and a vision. Yeah.
Well, it's you said something earlier, and it's a word that we don't use a lot except in these kinds of situations. But you talked about being available. And that's what you got to be. You got to be available. You got to be open. You got to be prayerful. Lord knows you have to be prayerful about what you're doing, and um, wanting to represent Him well, and all of those kinds of things.
Mhm.
Um, and I think that I really am looking forward to seeing the unique style with which you will bring to your program. All of us, every program that we have is a little different. It starts a little different. Some have music, some don't have music, some have narration, some don't have narration. But, all of us have our own little individual whatever that is just unique to us. Angie's on the line, Angie in South Carolina. And I remember when she first started, and she came out with hers, and her program is called Whole and Beautiful. And all of a sudden I was listening to her, and she said, welcome to the whole and beautiful nation. I thought, oh, this girlfriend got a whole nation. I got some folk who come by and listen, but she got a whole nation. What in the world? So I'm looking forward to seeing where your creativity is going to lead you in terms of doing things like that, because all of us, I think, have adjusted differently. I don't think any of the programs are like they were when they started.
Yes.
Because we started, and even Authors Up started as radio only.
Hmm.
So we didn't have all of this, and I wasn't trying to do this. I fought this tooth and nail, and Alan was saying, come on, you gotta move forward. You gotta do this, the TV part of this, and I was like, no, I don't. I can keep recording. I'll be fine. But I'm glad that I did. It has been a change. It's been a transformation for the show, and each program has changed from its original look, its original intent. I
Hmm.
think the more comfortable we become in what we're doing, the more we start to envision. You know what, I can do this, or I can do that. So I encourage you, as you are starting and as you build and as you grow, to make sure that you do something which we talk about all the time, which is journal. But be sure to make some notes,
Yes.
about where you are in the beginning. In Authors Up, we used to have different people come on and record the opening. We didn't even have the opening like we do now. And I know one my granddaughter did it one week, and Victoria's daughter did it one week, and her husband did it one week. We just find people and say, "Oh, read this, narrate this. Let's see how this sounds." And we got to the point and we said, no, we better we better figure this out and do this one way every week.
But you weren't afraid to try.
No,
You were not afraid to
no, no. And sometimes uh we wish that we had blooper reels. The very first one of my very first shows, I was interviewing. I think it was Victoria. Victoria, I think it was you. And we had recorded, and we did the entire show, and it was good, and Victoria was being very responsive, and we were going back and forth, and the disadvantage with radio only is that sometimes you talk over one another, because you can't, I can see you, so I know if you're getting ready to speak, and I know when to pull back, and I know when to come in. But radio, you don't know that. But we had an absolutely amazing time. It's hard not to have a good time with Victoria, because she's crazy. But we had a wonderful time. And I looked down, and I had not hit the button to record.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that.
Nothing. We had nothing. I said, okay, we'll set up a time. I'll call you back.
Well, but you did have a great rehearsal.
Now that is a half full comment.
That was a great rehearsal.
I wish I had thought about it at the time, because I wasn't feeling that way at all. I thought, oh my goodness, I don't believe we're gonna do this again. But it's going to be an exciting journey. It really is going to be an exciting journey, and I'm grateful to Alan and the support that we get from SIBN, and I am grateful for the fact that you are not alone, that you have a team, and we're all growing together, and we're all looking to succeed. And we find that we support one another. We make sure that we can, whenever we can, get on each other's broadcasts to
Hmm.
see
Hmm.
who's there and see what's happening, because a lot of times, I may run into somebody that may not be right for my program, but it might be right for Angie's, or it might be right for yours, or, and vice versa. So the benefits of working together, being able to collaborate together, are the things that will lead us all into a successful place. And I look forward to that. I look forward to that for you. I think you're going to just do an amazing job. And I think you're going to enjoy it. And that's the thing. You got to enjoy it. If you get to the point where you're not having fun, you got to fix something.
Right, right.
Because
You know, I feel good about it. I really feel good about it, and that's a very sincerely. I feel good about it, and I feel good about what God is getting ready to do,
hmm
and that's a great transformation for me because I've overcome a lot of fears.
yeah.
You know, I hesitancies,
Uh-huh.
and so for me to say yes and really mean it, I really mean it. Yes, I'm excited. That's growth. That's growth for me, but I think it's going to be great.
Yep. Now tell me something. How can people get in touch with you now as you are working your way through, perhaps having your own page for the power of transformation? How can they get in touch with you now?
Well, right now, definitely I'm on Facebook. So I'm Dr. Paula Obi on or Dr. Paula Obi on Facebook. And I have an email account, drpaulayob@gmail.com.
Okay,
Facebook, Dr. Paula Obi, Gmail, Dr. Paula YOB@gmail.com.
at gmail.com.
And I would love to hear from you because people have great ideas. They have great comments. Sometimes you don't always agree with their comments, but they're kind of thought provoking, and you're like, oh,
well, well, you heard it here, folks. Here first, folks, as they say. You heard it here first. And Paula is welcoming your comments and information that you would like to share with her as she begins this journey. So her pilot program is going to be on June the 21st, and another one on June the 28th, and then on the 3rd of July, I think it
okay.
is. No, 5th. Is it 5th? The 5th of July is her first official program. So I invite you to join Dr. Paula Obi at those times. Share, uh, talk to a friend about it, and invite them to come along as well. It's going to be an amazing journey. It's going to be just that, the power of transformation.
Yes.
And we're going to all learn something. We're going to all learn something. We're going to all go ahead and go forward and move forward into, because all of us are going to experience transformation in some form, in some way. Just like we always say, everybody has a story, and it's just whether or not they want to tell it, and to whom and how.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the same thing. Everybody is going to experience transformation and change at some point, at some time. And so it's going to be very, very good to have this information. If you don't need it right now, trust me, you are going to need it in the future.
Absolutely. And I have an amazing guest for my first pilot.
Oh,
I'm not going to tell you who it's going to be.
oh, okay.
However, she has a story, and we have a story.
All
I
right.
think you're going to really enjoy us talking together about our journey.
Awesome. Awesome. See, I like that. I like that.
Stay tuned.
There you go. Stay tuned. That's now I'm gonna be wondering who the hell.
Yes, see? You're going to
Just putting a little bit of bait out there. I got it. I got it. I see what's happening. Well, Paula, as we get ready to close this evening, are there any parting words that you have for our listening audience tonight, either about transformation, the power of transformation, your program, or whatever, just any words of encouragement that you'd like to leave with us tonight.
Well, what really came to mind as you were speaking was to trust the process of transforming and know that it's going to turn into something better for you if you allow. We have examples of people who can just say, because I said yes,
Mhm.
my life turned into ABCDEFG. When I said no, my life was stuck.
Mhm.
So trust the process.
Trust the process.
Trust the process.
That sounds good. Trust the process. Well, I'm going to tuck that away because I know I'm going to put that on a card and put it up somewhere.
I'm gonna write it in my journal.
And I need to see it every day. Trust the process. Good words. Good words to remember.
You can get your sticky note and write on it.
That's no, that's right. That's right. Put it right over here. I got a spot for it, so I know exactly where I'm gonna put it.
Trust.
Exactly. Oh, Paula, I am so happy for you. I'm very happy for you. I welcome you to the ALH Broadcasting family. I am excited about what God is going to do through you and through your program. We are here to help you. We are here to encourage you. And look, guys, those of you who are listening tonight, those of you who have made comments or who have not, remember Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. You want to tune into ALH Broadcasting and tune into Dr. Paula's show, which is The Power of Transformation. She, as you can tell, she's got some things in the works. And it looks like you're going to have to be a part of the program to find it out because it's not like she's going to be sharing a whole lot. And that's okay. That's okay. We got her. That's okay.
I might in the future. Who knows? But do keep me in prayer.
We're a praying station,
We
not a problem. We're going to be sure to do that. And I thank you all for joining me tonight. I thank you for being here to help to welcome Paula Obi, Dr. Paula, into the family and being a part of the ALH Broadcasting Station and a part of the SIBN network. So, Paula, thank you again for stopping by, for coming on, for sharing a little bit about what's ahead for you. Everybody, I thank you for listening. Now, you know Paula is going to be on Wednesday night, but me, I'm going to be right back here on Thursday evening at 7 p.m. And I want you to join me at that time. I am not holding a secret. I honestly don't know what we're going to do next week. But I know it's going to be fun. I know that you're going to enjoy it. You're getting a lot of comments, Paula, on congratulations and blessings to you on your new show. So I thank you all for being who you are, for coming back, and for understanding that when life speaks, you'll speak life. Good night, everybody. Thank you, Paula.
You're welcome. Good night.